Okay, so let's first go for doubt if you have any uh, doubt from last classes. So I will just draw the potential as well as force. If you have doubt, we can just clear it first. Then we will go for another potential, and then we will start a equation of motion, and we will just try to see how equation of motion is very beneficial, and up to which limit we can solve this particular equation of motion or Newton's law of motion. So it's a very interesting, but before that, let's go for a last class problem. So we have a potential. This potential is Vx, and that value is x square by 2 minus x cube by 3. This is our potential, and if we can plot this potential, I have plotted it in last class actually, and this potential is something, it will be at 0 and at 1 it has at 0 it has minima, so we can see that x is equal to 0, that v is minimum, will achieve minima, and at x is equal to 1 v will be maxima, and the maximum value is 1 by 6. So I think this potential is something like that. Okay, I can plot something like this. Okay, this is my potential Vx versus x, and this point is 0, this point is 1, and this point is you can remember this is something 1.5. And if we are going to plot the force, and this force is basically, I can use fx versus x. That force is actually fx is nothing but minus del v upon del x. And if we are going to plotting this particular force, then this will be minus x plus x square, and this force will be 0 at the x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, and we have this sort of potential, isn't it? So this is our potential for force. Okay, so now what will be this point where force is minimum? What will be this point?
Stable equilibrium point.
No, the force is minimum. The potential is not minimum. I am just talking about force is minimum. Okay, this is entirely different point where force
sir.
is going
Yes,
to
sir.
minimum. Okay, what will be this point where force is minimum? You can just take del f upon del x is equal to 0, and you can calculate minus 1 plus 2x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 by 2, isn't it? So this point is 1 by 2. Now look at here. It's a very interesting thing. So at x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to 1, we have 0 force. And you can see these 2 points are equilibrium point. At x is equal to 0, the tangent of this curve is parallel to x-axis. The tangent of this at this point is parallel to x-axis. So we can have basically 0 force, and it is clearly identified here. So now if someone will give you this potential and he will ask you in which range the force is increasing or in which range the force is decreasing, then what you have to do? You have to plot this thing. Without plotting, you cannot say anything about force. So you can see that if we are moving after, suppose this point is 1 by half, if x is between half to infinity, your force is increasing. And same time, if x is going from the negative side, it again force is going to increase, isn't it? And this is very interesting thing. So once you can easily try to plot the curve, then you can analyze what is going to happen to the system. And yes, where is your force is minimum? The force is minimum at the point x is equal to half. So each and everything we can identify when we know the potential. This is very interesting. The potential is a scalar quantity. And if we know this potential, we can define force and we can see what will be the trend of force. Isn't it? So it's a very interesting story all about relationship between potential and force. The relationship between potential and force is all about this equation. This is a scalar function. Look at the beautiful part. Look at the beautiful part. We can calculate each and everything. We can calculate each and everything mathematically. But the real physics is all about when you have some scalar function, and from this scalar function, you can tell each and everything all about a function which is actually vector in form. Force is a vector quantity. Are you getting this thing? And this formulation is very interesting. So you should prepare this type of question for your upcoming exam. I am seeing the trend of this sort of problem. Okay, this sort of problem are in the trend. So right now we are not doing any theory of nonlinear dynamics, but yes, just after today's class and after tomorrow class, you will see that only few problem we can solve in a direct method. Only few problem. And once little bit of complexity will be there, it is very difficult to solve the classical mechanics or the Newtonian mechanics and solving this second order differential equation, which is known as Newton's second law or third law. Okay, second law and third law combination is there. So now I have discussed one particular potential. Let us try to go for another potential. If you have any doubt, you can just raise your question.
सर सर मुझे वो पॉइंट्स नहीं समझ में आए थे, 0 और 1 कैसे आए?
ये दोनों पॉइंट
नहीं सर, x इक्वल टू 0 और x इक्वल टू 1
यहाँ पर
नहीं सर, नीचे जो आपने लिखा है ना, x इक्वल टू 0 x इक्वल टू 1.
I think you have lost yesterday class. कल की क्लास मिस
नहीं
कर
सर,
गया था?
Okay. नहीं सर, एक्चुअली मैं कल की क्लास में था, बट मैं कल भी पूछने वाला था, बट आप
okay, don't worry. Okay, so we have to go for dv upon dx is equal to 0. This is condition of equilibrium. Yes, where force is equal to 0.
Yes sir.
Force is equal to 0 means we are talking about equilibrium. So when we are going for this equation, then we have x minus x square is equal to 0. So I can get x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So these 2 points are equilibrium point. What is meaning of that? Meaning of that, your tangent to this function is parallel to x-axis. Are you getting my point?
Yes sir.
Okay, this is from the maxima and minima. And what will be the next situation? The next situation is that when your tangent will be parallel to x-axis, only in 2 conditions. Either it will be either local maxima or it will be local minima. So we have to check whether it is local minima or local maxima. So what we have to do? We have to go for d square v upon dx square, and this value is actually 1 minus 2x. And now we have to put it this particular value. When you will put x is equal to 0, then you have d square v upon dx square is equal to 1, which is greater than 0. So x is equal to 0 is what? Minima. It is minima. And what will happen to x is equal to 1? For x is equal to 1, this value is what? Minus 1. Isn't it? X is equal to 1, this value is minus 1. This is less than 0. So this value is what? Local maxima. So x is equal to 1, you have local maxima. X is equal to 0, you have local minima. And if you have local minima, then at this point, at x is equal to 0, we have concave upward shape. And at x is equal to 1, we have local maxima. And what will be the maximum value? When you will put x is equal to 1, that value is what? 1 by 6, isn't it? So at this particular
Yes, sir.
point, this value is something like this. And now you can go for this and coming down here. And these all region are monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing.
Decreasing.
Are you getting this thing?
Yes, sir.
एग्जाम में आता ही आता है every year in some form you will get this type of problem every year, है ना? हमेशा ही रहता है because it's so important. It is so important. जैसे जैसे टाइम बीतता जाएगा आप देखोगे कि from first 3 class we are covering I think 4 and 5 marks question in for every examination. Okay, as time goes you will see, okay, अरे ये तो first class से ही था, ये तो second class से ही था. Okay, it's look simple but it is not so simple. It need a mature approach towards the understanding of problem. Okay, so let's go for next problem. करें क्या?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go for next one. And mechanics is a subject where you have to enjoy, है ना? You have to dig your head into each and everything. Okay, so this is very interesting topic. This is absolutely mathematical in sense, but you have to be little bit intuitive. Quantum mechanics is not intuitive. Classical mechanics is very intuitive. Okay, so let's go for second one of my favorite, potential, and we will again plot potential, force, and we will see what will be trend of force and how we can see how we can analyze the system. Okay, let's go for this. Okay, so let's go for another potential, and this potential is again very nice one. So we have Vx is equal to something like minus x square by 2 plus x4 by 4. I am giving this coefficient very smartly such that I can get answer either in 0 or 1, isn't it? But in exam, you will have some lambda here, some alpha here, and then it will be little bit complicated. Okay? You will see that once you will encounter the problem based on examination. Okay, so again, what is my target? My first target is I have to find equilibrium point. Second target is we have to find stable equilibrium point and unstable equilibrium point. My third target is plot Vx versus x. My fourth target is plot Fx, force versus x. And then we will try to analyze relationship between potential and force. So obviously, what about equilibrium point? For equilibrium point, we have dv upon dx, that should be 0. This is 0. And obviously, this value is minus x plus x cube, that value is 0. We know this is even function, so it will be symmetric about y-axis. How do you know that this is even function? Because we have v minus x is equal to vx, so it is even function. Okay, great. So this is condition for the equilibrium, and from here I can put x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1. At this point, I can only say at this point the forces are 0. The forces are 0. And these points are just equilibrium point. But which one is stable and which one is unstable, we have to talk about, we can talk when we will go for the next level of derivation. So when we will go for next level of derivation, d square v dx square, and this value is -1 plus 3x square. Now, let us try to check each and every point. So when we are going to check each and every point, then we have at x is equal to 0, d square v upon dx square is equal to -1. So this is less than 0. So what will be this value? X is equal to 0 is maxima.
Maxima.
Very good. So this is maxima. Next one. X is equal to 1 as well as x is equal to -1. I know that these 2 points will behave exactly same because the potential is what? Symmetric in nature. So what we can do? X is equal to 1 as well as -1. You can have d square v upon dx square, and this value is 2. And that is greater than 0. So this value is what? Minima. Minima. Now we can plot this potential. I think this is visible to you, everyone? Okay, good. So let us try to plot this potential. Or, okay, let us try to plot this potential Vx. So x is equal to 0. We have, and now we have to, for plotting this potential, we need more information, isn't it? So where is my potential is going to 0? The potential is going to 0 when this function is equal to 0. So obviously I have minus x square by 2 plus x4 by 4 is equal to 0. So I have x is equal to 0 as well as x is equal to plus minus root 2, isn't it? From here we can easily calculate. You can take x square common, -1 by 2, x square by 4, and x square is equal to 0, and -1 by 2 plus x square by 4 is equal to 0. Then you can this thing. So at these 2 points, at these 3 points, your potential is 0. We have to also check whether what will happen at v is equal to 0. Obviously the potential will be 0. What will happen at v is equal to 1? क्या हो रहा है v is equal to 1 पर? -1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 is equal to what? -1 by 4, isn't it? The value of potential as -1 by 4 at 1. Obviously at -1, this will again, x is equal to -1. This will be 1 minus 1 by 2 plus -1 to the power 4, 1 by 4, -1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. So this value is again -1 by 4. Now we have enough thing that now I can plot the potential, isn't it? We can plot it easily, obviously. So when we are going to plot this potential, first thing, we have to see some beautiful points. So what are these beautiful points? The beautiful points are obviously 0, 1, -1, 1 by root 2, -1 by root 2. Isn't it? These points are beautiful points. X is equal to 0. The potential is 0. X is equal to 0. This is maxima. So obviously, maxima means it is convex upward. Great. X is equal to 1. Where is x is equal to 1? What is happened to x is equal to 1 and x is equal to -1? These are minima. So we have concave upward. We have concave upward. So this point, this point, this point are transition point. The potential will change its direction. It changes direction, change its direction, isn't it? And these 2 points, your potential will be 0. But after this point, there is not any transition point. After this point, there is not any transition point. So what will happen? Absolutely something like this. Yes. So this is my potential Vx versus x. This value is -1 by 4. I can give each and every point -1, 1, 0, minus root 2, root 2. Great. सही है ना? So this is my potential. Extremely nice potential. Very complicated motion. When we will discuss the motion, you will find it has very complicated motion. Yes.
सर ये जो क्या होता है मिनिमा है only this is the transition point or maxima is also
Yes, both are transition point. Yes. Why I am saying transition? This is just an English word. Don't worry about this. Why transition point? Because after then, listen, potential is increasing. After then, decreasing. So it will take a transition. Okay, decreasing. After then, increasing. So it will just change its course. Okay. So why it is transition point? Are you getting my point? So don't trapped into English word. Okay, English word is very funny, isn't it?
okay
Okay. Have you seen that movie? Chupke Chupke, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Now, what is next target? Next target is that we have to just plot about force, and you will see the plot of force is very interesting. Very interesting. Can anybody guess which kind of force is there? Just I am saying all about the guessing. Can you guess which kind of force will be there? कैसा हो सकता है? जरा अपनी कॉपी में गेस करके बनाओ. जस्ट 1 मिनट गेस करो. कोई कैलकुलेशन नहीं, जस्ट गेस.
Sir, odd function type.
You are intelligent.
सर एक
हाँ हाँ.
सर एक रूट हट जाएगा तो सर दो ही वो आएगा उसके मैक्सिमम मिनिमम, जैसे इसमें दो एक मतलब 3 ट्रांजिशन पॉइंट है.
Okay. Good. But I am just saying about guessing the shape. कैसा shape होगा, क्या होगा, ये मैं कह रहा हूँ. Anyway, but actual thing is we have to plot. Okay. So how we will plot? So obviously, first we have to write the expression of force. What is expression of force? The force is defined as del V upon del X. No, this is dV upon dx. Minus sign के साथ. Don't leave this minus sign. So what will happen? Minus, and you will take x plus x cube. So this will be, sorry. This will be, here is minus sign. Minus x plus x cube. So x minus x cube. So I have to plot this one. So this is my force. Okay. Now, if this is my force, this force is 0. Obviously, where is this force is 0? -1, 0, and 1. Isn't it? So,
Yes, sir.
because these are the maxima and minima point. So, but we can also calculate from here. So this is equal to 0. So x minus x cube is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0, 1, minus 1. Now, where is your force maxima and where is your force minima? So we can easily calculate df upon dx, that is equal to 0. df upon dx is equal to 0. So we have 1 minus 3x square is equal to 0. So x is equal to plus minus 1 by root 3, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So at this point, my force are 0. Sorry, my force are either maxima or minima at this point. Okay. And now the next value I have to check at where it is maxima and where it is minima. So d square f upon dx square, and that value is minus 6x. So what will happen at x is equal to 1 by root 3? This value is minus 6 by root 3. So this is less than 0, obviously. So x is equal to 1 by root 3. My forces will achieve minima. Isn't it? And then we have to go for another point, that x is equal to minus 1 by root 3, and this value is minus minus plus 6 by root 3. So this is greater than 0. Sorry, this will be maxima. This will be maxima. Sorry, this will be maxima. So this will be minima. Now let us try to calculate the point. Okay. So I am just calculating this 3 point. So first point where force is 0, x is equal to 1, my force is also 0, x is equal to minus 1, force is 0. So x is equal to 1 by root 3. Obviously this is between 0 to 1, na? So some number here. So this will be x is equal to 1 by root 3. You have maxima or minima? You have maxima. And x is equal to 1 by root 3. What is the value of force? Just anybody can, what is value of force? Anybody can calculate it? What is this value? 1 by root 3. What is this value?
2 by 3 root 3.
2 by 3 root 3. 2 by 3 root 3.
Means positive, isn't it? Positive value. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is positive. So this is something like this and going like this. And again, this is something like this and going like this. So this is your force diagram. Okay. This is your force diagram. So now you can see in this region, your force is increasing. After then, your force is continuously decreasing. And in this region, your force is again increasing. Okay. And these 3 points, your force is 0. And this is equivalent to this point, this point, this point, and this point. Okay. So this is my force versus x. It's a very interesting. कैसे फोर्स लग रहा होगा, किस तरह का सिस्टम होगा, very tough to analyze, isn't it?
Right, sir.
है ना? It's a very tough to analyze. कोई रियल सिस्टम ऐसा जानते हो? Okay, good. So should I give you one homework for this particular thing?
Yes.
है ना? So okay, so I am just giving you potential Vx is equal to x square by 2 minus x4 by 4. So you can calculate each and everything whatever we have calculated. क्या क्या एग्जाम में पूछा जा सकता है, जरा बताओ क्या क्या पूछा जा सकता है? What is a stable point? What is an unstable point? What will be equilibrium point? Where your force is 0? Where your force is maximum? Each and every type thing. You plot Vx versus x, plot Fx versus x. So you should practice all these things. Okay? So each and everything you will try to calculate from this potential also, and you can try to calculate from this potential also. So this is your homework. I think you should go for this. और देखना एग्जाम में सेम टू सेम पोटेंशियल आएगा. Don't worry. Exactly same. Because these potential are some useful potential at some part of physics. Okay. Great. So this is my first part of analysis. I have just discussed all about 2 different potential, and then we have discussed what is force. Let us go to a very interesting topic, that is equation of motion, and we will see that what is limitation of mathematics into classical mechanics. In fact, next 10 minutes and tomorrow's class, we will see that we have very limited thing to solve completely. Very limited thing. So if you will remember these 3 and 4 classes to whole of your classical mechanics, then you will see, and when you will go and solve the previous year problem. Either it will be part of Lagrangian or it will be part of Hamiltonian. You will see that each and everything is just between these 4 classes. The final outcome will be exactly between these 4 classes. I have analyzed and everything, and then I have restructure my all classical mechanics classes, and let us try to see that every time you will have this sort of equation of motions. Okay, so let's go for equation of motion. Should we go into that topic? Equation of
Yes, sir.
motion. Okay, good. So let us go for equation of motion. So today's class and tomorrow's class, we will devote it different type of differential equation which can be solvable and which cannot be solvable. We will also discuss that thing. Why it is not solvable, we will also try to discuss this thing. Okay, so now let us try to go for it. So what is your, and I am just talking about one dimensional equation of motion. Okay, so we will just try to discuss at least one or two system. I have to discuss a lot of system. So what is equation of motion? The equation of motion is m d square x upon dt square is equal to external force. This is nothing but the Newton's law. F is equal to ma. And a is nothing but m dv upon dt. And v is nothing but dx upon dt. So we have F is equal to m d square x upon dt square. This is our ultimate task for the classical mechanics. Ultimately, we have to land at this particular point. And if we are enough smart to solve this differential equation, then you are going to do lot of result, going to give lot of result which will be useful. But thing is that are we people are enough smart to solve each and every problem? Let us try to see it, that what are our limitation to solve this particular differential equation. Okay. And for the solving purpose, I am just going to take m is equal to 1 because mass is just a mass and I am in the non-relativistic era. So mass is not varying with the velocity. We will also solve that equation of motion where mass will be moved with the velocity. But right now, I just assume that this mass, which is nothing but the measurement of inertia from the Newton's first law, this m is equal to 1. Let us try to think the simplest system. What are the simplest system? What are the simplest system? Ojasvi, can you tell me what is simplest system? Are you there? Or Puneet? Ayushi, what are the simplest system you know?
Sir, a point mass body, a point body, sir.
Movement के साथ कुछ बताओ. Simplest system. What is simplest system? Point.
Like
Okay.
free
Okay.
particle.
Exactly. Someone will tell me free particle. Who is saying this?
Me, sir.
Me. What's your name? What is name?
Prajakta.
Prajakta.
sir.
Okay. So Prajakta have said this is the simplest system. Yes. The particle which is free in nature, there is not any force on this. There is not any force on this. This is the simplest system we can ever into our classical system or in quantum mechanical system. This is the simplest one. Let us try to go for this system. So what is meaning of, so first I am just going to talk about free particle. So this is free particle. That means there is not any external force. Fx is equal to 0. There is not an external force. Fx is equal to 0. And for the calculation purpose, I have unit mass m is equal to 1. And then I have to solve this equation d square x upon dt square is equal to 0. Your force is not constant. This is 0, absolutely 0 force. This is the simplest system we have ever encountered into our classical mechanics. Okay, let's try to see it. What is going to happen? So how we are going to solve it? So obviously we have d upon dt x dot must be equal to 0. Yes. And what is x dot? X dot is nothing but some constant c1. And why I am solving for x dot and x? Because we know what is the classical state of a system. So what is classical state of a system? The classical state of a system is position and its velocity. Deliberately I have taken mass m is equal to 1 because I can say my position and momentum is more or less same thing. Yes. So we can see how my position and how my momentum or velocity or speed is evolving with the time. This is all about the simplest system. And let's see. So x dot is equal to c1. What is meaning of that? Meaning of that, if I am going to plot x dot versus t, this is constant. This is constant. Now, if I am going to solve the another part, the x, this is the another thing. So we have to go for dx upon dt, that is equal to c1, and we have x is equal to c1t plus c2. And we have relationship between x versus t. At t is equal to 0, we have some value c2. So this will be a straight line. This is x versus t. Every time your position of a particle is going to change it, and it is linearly moving. And we have the constant value of theta, and this value is nothing but c1. This is your c1. This value is your c1, isn't it? This angle tan theta, this tan theta is nothing but this c1. Are you getting this particular thing from the straight line equation? This is your x. So this is how your position is varying with the time. This is how your momentum or speed is varying with the time. Every time you have same constant momentum, and this is moving linearly. And yes, if you want to solve about x dot versus x, then this value is also constant. So every position, the angle is same. So this value is constant. So this is all about free particle. The position is changing with the time in a linear form. The speed is constant. This is all about free particle. So you can have forceless particle. There is not any force acting on this particular particle. Okay. Okay. Let us go for little bit more interesting particle, little bit more complicated one. So what should be more complicated system? कांस्टेंट फोर्स, यस, जीरो फोर्स के बाद क्या हो सकता है? कांस्टेंट फोर्स, यस. So let us go for a second thing where force is constant. So this is the all property of free particle. Okay, so whenever you will get this sort of equation, you will have to tell about the free particle. And yes, C1 and C2 will defined with the initial condition. Defined with the initial condition, and that initial condition is the circumstantial in nature. It will depends on circumstances. So let's go for a second simplest one, and that will be what? Particle with constant force. That means the force is not a function of x, but there is force, and which is constant in nature. So obviously this is not simplest, this is little bit more complicated. So again we have m d square x upon dt square is equal to some k. K is the constant force. Again, I am, for the simplicity, I am taking m is equal to 1. So what we have dx dot upon dt is equal to k. Deliberately I am writing this x dot. We will tell you why I am writing this x dot in our last class of classical mechanics. Not last, before just 1 and 2 classes, before ending of 1 or 2 classes. So obviously, what will be my x dot? K into t plus c1. What will be your x? Your x, now this is dx upon dt. That will be kt square upon 2 plus c1t plus c2. Again, you have two coefficient, okay? C1, C2, unknown constant. That will depends on initial condition. So what will be my position and momentum? Sorry, what will be my position? So x as a function of t, or here I have to, first I will go for x dot function of t, then we will go for x function of t. What will be this equation? This will be just a free particle. Okay, at t is equal to 0, again you will start, but this will be a constant slope. Okay, this is your velocity. So every time your velocity is increasing linearly with the time. And what about x? Sorry, dx upon dt, not this is actually x. Okay, this is actually dx upon dt. Sorry. And what about this equation? ये कैसा equation है?
Parabolic.
This is parabolic equation. Exactly. So you have, suppose I am just putting t is equal to 0. We have to start with C2, and I am just talking about the positive time. So because there is not any concept, so this will be start from C2, and it will be going in a parabolic shape. And what about x and x dot? How you can calculate the relationship between x and x dot? We can use again this expression. How we can calculate? M is equal to 1. So I can write dv upon dt is equal to k dv upon dx, and we can write dx upon dt is equal to k. Again, dx upon dt is v, that is nothing but x dot. So v dv upon dx is equal to k, and when we are going to integrate it, we have v square by 2 must be equal to kx plus some constant c, isn't it? This is all about our relationship between v and x. So what will be relationship between v and x? X dot versus x. What is relationship between, and v is nothing but x dot to square. So this is v is x dot. So this is x dot to square by 2 kx plus c, isn't it? What will be this shape? What is this shape? What is this shape? क्या है ये shape?
Parabolic.
Parabolic in nature. That will be parabolic in nature. Obviously, if c will be positive, then I have this particular curve that is x dot and x, this kind of thing. So x is equal to, so v is equal to 0, then x is equal to what? Minus k upon c. So this will be something like this, depends on what is value of c. And at v is equal to, and then when x is equal to 0, then v is equal to root under c. So this is plus minus root under c. This is parabolic in nature. And if c is negative, then this curve will be in this side. So I have taken my c is greater than 0, k is greater than 0. So this sort of curve is there. So this is parabolic. Okay. Parabolic. X dot versus x. Now, can you guess which type of, can you correlate with some physical quantity? What are these physical quantities?
Gravitational.
Yes, particle in gravity. Sorry, this is particle. Particle in gravity. Another system. You are doing electrostatic.
Mm.
Charged particle in constant electric field, isn't it? Huh? Here k can be mg, particle in gravity, k can be mg. The charged particle in electric field E, your k is equal to what? QE. This is again constant. You will have exactly same kind of situation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You can have same kind of situation. Now, these are also very simple. Now you can see the thing is moving linearly to some curvy nature. धीरे धीरे ये इसके पहले वाला का क्या था? This will be a straight line, x dot, and this will be something like this, x versus t. Yes. Now this is for the zero force. This is for the constant force. And now tomorrow's class, we will include the x part here. And then we will see up to which level we can solve the problem. We will take kx minus kx. Minus kx is very interesting system. That is harmonic oscillator. Kx is also very interesting system. We will try to solve this kind of thing. And then we will try to go for next level. Is that is possible to solve? We will see it. And if it is not possible, what is way to analyze the system? This is all about classical mechanics and mechanics. So I think we should stop here. And if you have any